Good evening. With the latest from the Dove Newsroom, I'm Demi DeSoto. Our top story tonight: Grants Pass Fire and Rescue, along with Rural Metro Fire, responded to a fully engulfed motorhome. The fire had burned for a while prior to arrival, and most of the RV was consumed by the time the crews arrived. The fire was quickly extinguished. The cause still remains under investigation. The RV belonged to someone other than the property owner, and at the time, they were not present at the time of the fire. No injuries were reported, and no other nearby property was damaged by the fire. Well, the 21st Century Cures Act has been signed into law by President Barack Obama. He signed into law the legislation that makes new investments in cancer research and battling drug abuse. The signing ceremony at the White House featured Vice President Joe Biden and key lawmakers. Oregon Congressman Walden had fought hard for the legislation and had this to say.
The 21st Century Cures legislation, coupled with the changes we've worked on for America's mental health care laws, means two things. One, we'll find cures quicker to the more than 10,000 diseases that afflict people, where we only have now 500 treatments or cures. We'll streamline the process. We'll get cures quicker to patients.
And over the past 2 years, Walden had 7 roundtable meetings with parents and healthcare professionals in Southern, Central, and Eastern Oregon to solicit feedback. Well, Oregon's employment rate has dipped into the even 5% range, and the State Employment Department released the figures on Tuesday, saying non-farm payroll employment grew by 2,500 jobs in November, most of that public sector jobs. That helped the jobless rate fall from 5.3% in October. Oregon employment economist Nick Bilicek says that the numbers are where they are expected to be during a public sector job expansion.
The unemployment rate dropped to 5% in November. That's down from 5.3% in October. So Oregon's unemployment rate has averaged about 5% throughout this year, which is where we'd expect it to be during an economic expansion.
And the agency says that construction has enjoyed a strong job growth over the past 2 months, adding about 2,300 jobs in October and another 1,000 in November. All right, let's take a look at the regional weather forecast. It's wet, it's cold, be ready. It's going to be some rain and snow mix in Northern California, low of 37 tonight. We'll see the same rain snow mix continue into tomorrow with a high of 44. Finally, some sunshine starting to roll in as we're going to get a break between two systems and a high of 37. As we look at the Klamath Basin, a rain-snow mix, low of 33 tonight. Tomorrow night, 17 for a low. The snow will increase. Temperatures will go down during the day to 36 and 27 on Friday, but sunshine starts to come back in, but 6 degrees overnight on Friday. Central Oregon looking at snow tonight with a temperature of 20 degrees. Tomorrow night, 10 degrees. The following night, 2 degrees. I mean, you can't go further than that, really. 29 degrees for a high on Thursday and 20 as the sun starts to come back into the picture on Friday. As we look at the Oregon coast, pretty much clouds. Sun starts coming back in the picture. Daytime highs around 46 degrees for both Thursday and Friday. And up in the Portland metro area, we're seeing some snow overnight tonight. They're waiting for it now. 29 degrees, also 35 on Thursday and 36 on Friday with some sun. Excuse me. With the Southern Oregon forecast, we'll see some rain, and then it's going to turn to some sun by Friday with a chance of sunshine and a high of 40 degrees. And that's a look at the weather forecast and the news. And thanks for joining us here on the Dove. Join us every weekday morning for Mornings on the Dove starting at 6 a.m. here on the Dove TV.